Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Raw Deal. It's me, it's the GREG. Joined, of course, by my forever rival, Mr. Matty DeLuther Kang. How you doing, sir?
What is up, Greg? What's up, everybody in UTR land? Hope y'all had a great weekend. Ready to talk some wrestling. I had myself a good weekend. I didn't do anything. Just did some little grocery shopping, but it was a nice, relaxing weekend.
Look, a weekend of nothing is the best kind you can have. That's
right.
Shit, now that we're all in our 30s, that's all we want. Ain't nothing.
And outside is expensive.
Yeah, it is. Outside is it's expensive, and it's either cold or it's hot, and it just sucks.
Right.
It was a pretty good weekend. Great show from AEW. Last night, AEW Revolution. What's going on, Cookies? How you doing today, brother? We saw Sting's last match last night.
Right.
And he finally gets to go out on his terms because the first time he had to retire, it was due to injury.
Mm-hmm.
He has almost 30 matches, 28, 29 matches.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, with AEW, and wrapped it up out on top last night. That was a great way to go out.
It was a good match. Everything they did, like as much grief we give Tony Khan about a lot of stuff, he did Sting's whole AEW run from the time he debuted to last night. He did it perfectly. It was a great send-off. Everything was appropriate. Like the few times we've heard Seek and Destroy, it has been a moment where you need to hear Seek and Destroy from Metallica, and last night was that had to be put the finishing touches on Sting. That is the theme song of Sting. You recognize Sting by that theme. Besides a man called Sting, but
yeah. Well, that's always gonna be number one, clearly.
A man called Sting.
A good match with real glasses, too. Real glass, cry me a river. That was. It's not a pay-per-view from AEW if Darby Allin doesn't try to kill himself. It's
If y'all missed it, Darby Allin threw himself, basically did a swanton bomb into a pane of glass
that was sitting on chairs on the floor.
While sitting on chairs, and in case y'all didn't know, glass cuts. So yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, he
that got tore up.
If y'all haven't seen the pictures, he got sliced.
His back became a spider web.
Yeah, it was gross, but that's the way Darby rolls, and it's going to be interesting to see what we do with Darby now that Sting's no longer in the picture. He said last night he has no interest in being a manager or being a trainer. He wants to step away and just relax and enjoy life, and that's good for him. We'll see what happens with Darby going forward. I don't think he's texting him at any point.
And I'm also glad AEW took all the wonder out of everybody's brain and immediately during the media scrum announced that Sting and Darby have vacated the AEW tag title. So we'll be having a tournament to determine
Tournament time, baby.
Tournament time, right in time for March Madness.
Gotta love it. Who do you think? Just early prediction. Who do you think might be the new champs?
It's going to be probably the Young Bucks. Some variation, it'll be the Young Bucks. Maybe I'll go Young Bucks and Blackpool Combat Club after their show last night, because there's no reason you didn't have them team up if you're not going to be trying to push them into the tag title picture, perhaps.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. You might as well. And they had a great match with FTR last night. They really did. Yeah, I'm with Tito, especially with anybody with the Bucks and FTR. Really, just
that's honestly, really didn't even want to say the Bucks, but it's like y'all just lost, so it would make sense if they get in that tournament. They're going to be in the tournament. If they make a somewhat run to the finals, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I would like it to be somebody different, just
especially with the EVP role. Like I could see them doing some shenanigans. Private Party, definitely.
Great pick. That's what I was thinking. Actually, yeah, Private Party would be my number one. Just them are top flight. Just like those guys, both of those teams have been like on the edge for so long.
Do not put them on the Hardys.
No, God no. I mean, Private Party should have won those things like within the first or second year of the
right.
But you know, it's now especially. Hey, they're back. Mark Quinn is beefy as shit.
Unless they want to put him back on Big Bill.
Yeah. No, let's not do that. let's get some new teams going. One team that's never going to win those things, though, officially, if y'all had any hope that they were going to get back together, is Proud and Powerful Santana and Ortiz, because Santana is no longer with AEW. It's he came back last year, and he kind of started a feud with Ortiz, and then they had one match, and then we just never saw him again. Well, he was removed from the roster page a few weeks back, I think, and even though that happened, he was still on the roster internally. But now he is gone. He has been wrestling on the indies, like Tito and Kenny told us recently. He's been a hog a little bit. He's trying to. He seems to kind of have a chip on his shoulder now. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Hopefully, good things for him. That's another team that really should have been elevated and shot at the top when AEW started, and just kind of they did nothing with them for.
Yeah, they came in during that the pandemic, basically, like that weird 2019, 2020 time. It was like right when they debuted, we all got put in the house.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they debuted as they either debuted as part of Jericho's group, or right after they had debuted, they joined Jericho's group. But it's like they never really had a chance to be on their own.
Like when they debuted, it made sense for them to be in the Jericho verse because they were still part of the inner circle. But then it was just like the pandemic happened. And then, because even as a result of the pandemic, I don't even think we got the initial Blood and Guts, because that was supposed to be like the Elite versus the inner circle.
We ended up getting that stadium.
Yeah, we got Stadium Stampede. So like, it was just a terrible just luck on their part, and then they fell out on top of that. Because I really feel like even if the pandemic didn't happen, because of the issues that they have, I wouldn't be shocked if they still it would probably be like currently, because they fell out. Like whatever they fell out over, that has probably been simmering. That's probably been a long-standing argument.
I don't know about that last one, but that's very. Yeah, I mean, that's a common sentiment among people for several reasons. Yeah, they did have like a really bad falling out, and we don't really know why. Around the time that started was when Santana went to rehab, and I think he recently posted he got his 1-year chip.
Yep.
Which is good for him. That's a tough journey. It is, and he should be proud of doing that. I think that also aligned with his father passing away recently.
Right. Like they were destined to be on separate paths the way everything was playing out, regardless. But I think he's going to be successful. I can really see him. Apparently, he's betting on himself, and I could definitely see him being in an Impact, like Tito said earlier in the chat. He could definitely be somebody on Twitter was laughing like, "What does he think he can get to WWE?" If Shawn Spears can get back to NXT, Santana can get to NXT. So anything can happen.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see what he does.
Hell, he's making money either way on the Indies.
Oh,
the Indies is where it's at.
Yeah, he's going to be fine money wise. But it is a shame when you look at what LAX meant to a lot of fans coming in,
right?
And then they just didn't really seem to matter. Like the inner circle or whatever they were called, they weren't even like the top tag team of that group.
They really weren't.
Jericho and Sammy started tagging together. It's like, what? Why even have this elite tag team in your unit if you're not going to make them?
They popped up. FTR showed up. Almost.
Yeah.
This took all their shine. They were like, "Yeah, we gonna take your titles and y'all's push. We taking everything."
Have you heard anything bad about Santana or Ortiz? Not really. Outside of their personal problems with each other, and that never has even we've never really heard anything about that as far as what the details are. We probably never will until they're both just ready to be open about it. I've never heard anything bad about either one of them. It's just that they both wanted different things in their careers, and sometimes that's just how it goes. Sometimes you're friends with somebody, and you're like Matt said, your lives are heading down two different paths, and it's just that's it. Ortiz, I don't think has been around since. I think he had one match in January. He teamed with Eddie Kingston.
Right. They've both been pretty sparingly used in AEW. And that's just as a result of the big thing that's always been AEW's problem. They just got too many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Too many people, and a lot of people that like to kind of carry the spotlight, like Jericho. Who also did the same last night, and we'll get into more of that on Thursday. But Santana's gone. Good luck to him. He's a great talent, and like y'all said, I expect him to do well on the Indies, very well. Right. Ortiz, I wouldn't be shocked if Ortiz leaves too. If he's gone, just again, they're just doing nothing with him. But maybe he's just happy to be there, and
get paid.
I think that's kind of where supposedly this all came from. Was one was happy to be there and one wanted more out of their career.
Oh,
so maybe that's it. We'll just have to wait and see. Speaking of, actually, no, we'll save that. We'll save that for Thursday. Before we get into Raw tonight, let's talk about the Hall of Fame. The Chamber's done. We're on the way to WrestleMania 40 in Philly. And the first to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for 2024 is Paul Heyman.
It's a great choice. Great layup, as I said in Top Rope earlier. This was a layup choice for them. Because when you think of Philadelphia, you instantly think of ECW. If you're a wrestling fan, 30 years plus of age, you're going to instantly think of ECW. The person who ran ECW was Paul E. Heyman. But even then, before ECW, Paul Heyman has a Hall of Fame career. Paul E. Dangerously, he's the leader of the Dangerous Alliance. I mean, everything about him as a manager, even before, you don't even have to put ECW into this. His managerial career is great. And won't be mentioning Lesnar. Sorry, Lesnar. Sorry, Brock. You you like seeing people pee, so it is what it is.
I'm
It
sure
is what it
he's
is.
pissed about that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, probably dangerously, the Dangerous Alliance, all that stuff. He had some great stuff back in the day in the 80s. I remember him getting a feud going with the Cornettes group, with the God, what was that tag team called? I'm drawing a blank now.
Midnight Express.
Midnight Express, yeah. Like, yeah, he had a wonderful career before ECW, and then ECW happens, and then we get him as a SmackDown GM, which is fun for a few years. He does WWE ECW, which happened, that existed. And then he comes back and does Lesnar, and then we see him with others, and then finally he cracks it with Roman Reigns. Yeah, he's definitely one of the greatest managers of all time. I don't even think that's a question. Like,
just alone, his writing from 2003 to 2008 with the SmackDown 6.
Oh yeah, the SmackDown 6, baby.
That man, SmackDown has a special place in a lot of kids' hearts that did not have cable. Like the UPN, that whole era, that was quality wrestling that you got for free. And that's all Paul Heyman. He gave us Eddie. You had Eddie, Edge, Chris Benoit, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, like all those people on regular TV. Yeah,
it was he definitely made SmackDown. It was Raw had like the major talents and the heavy focus on their championship, and SmackDown, damn it, you went there to watch some wrestling, some real graps.
Right. Like you would be mad when the person you like showed up on Raw, because that's what it became. That's when you realize, like, oh, Raw is the flagship show, because every person you like ended up on Raw, slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm. Raw was
John Cena here. Like, oh.
Like, what? He just won the belt. Yeah, well, now he's on Raw. Bye, Batista. Yeah, Heyman, I mean, what a career. And he's gonna end up being another Hall of Famer that still works with a promotion after he's inducted, just like Ray.
Oh yeah.
Ray, who also returned last week. We'll get into that on Thursday as well. But yeah, Rey Mysterio is back. Beat the hell out of Los Lotharios. Or whatever they're calling themselves now, with the crutch.
LWO.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be. It's I can't wait to see who inducts him. I have a few ideas. I don't think they're gonna have Punk do it.
I'll have RVD do it.
RVD would be probably the best option. Yeah. Probably the least problematic out of the bunch that they can grab. Like, that's probably about as safe as you're going to get when it comes to one of those ECW guys. Since they're infield, do you think we're going to see any more ECW folks inducted this year? Because my thing is, like, it won't be Dreamer. Dreamer's still in TNA.
Right.
I just, I don't think they're going to do Sandman ever.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. Unless they, RVD's already in, isn't he?
Yeah, RVD was in a few years ago.
Yeah.
There was really like them, the Dudleys are already in.
Yeah.
Like maybe when Taz is done with AEW, he might get in. But really, as far as how much WWE really cares about ECW and really thinks about it, that's about it.
Like their Mount Rushmore is either already in or they're too problematic. Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's never going to happen.
Or maybe Joey Styles if they want to
Maybe. Yeah, just to have him.
Or he could induct him if something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's regardless, great for Paul Heyman. What a career. Spanning 4 decades now. Close to 5. It's when you go back and look over it, it's kind of crazy the leaps and jumps he made.
And he is bald. You see him. You can start. You see this beginning of his career when that ponytail was actually a ponytail to what it is now, and you see him get fatter and fatter. You can see skinny Paul you dangerously.
Skinny Paul is strange. He looks like Michael Keaton. He looks like a discount Michael Keaton.
Like skinny Paul.
Might have been the point. Is him trying to look like him.
The cell phone is bigger than him.
Yeah, and then he, like you said, he got more bald and he got fatter, and now he's he's where he is, and now he's dyeing his hair black and trying to keep that look. But it's Paul. We saw it go gray last year. We know. It's
right when he got dropped by Roman. That man was lost. That man was lost without Roman.
Yeah. Raw tonight, as of right now, only has 2 matches advertised. I'm about to go check their Twitter because sometimes they put stuff on there.
I mean, if anything, if it's like SmackDown, because SmackDown this past week, I mean, Friday afternoon, we got hit with a 21-minute promo from The Rock that basically, all in all, Rock summed it up as telling Cody, fuck your story. And I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks, Rock, for giving us 20 minutes that we ain't got to worry about. And Greg said, oh, he's just going to do it again in the ring. I'm like, haha, it's funny. Yeah, that was 30-something minutes. 31 minutes was the first segment. And that ended up having to run. They low-key had to rush everything after that.
Yeah.
Like that street fight between Carlito and Escobar, that was kind of rushed. Tiffany and Naomi was definitely rushed because Naomi didn't even get her entrance.
Yeah, no, they clearly had to the Bloodline and The Rock clearly took some time, and
it was a delightful half hour.
Yeah, but the rest of the show
everything up.
Yeah, the rest of the show really came out hurting on the other side, And the main event was Randy against Theory.
Theory, yeah. That gave us it gave us the gift of the night of him getting RKO'd in slow motion.
Oh yeah, doing the rolling. Attempt.
Yeah, he went through the ropes, rolled, then RKO, and then he sold it like The Rock selling the stunner.
Oh yeah. KO comes in and stuns Waller, and it was a fine episode. It wasn't really outside of that opening segment, which honestly they could have cut about 20 minutes off of. It was fine. Right. But Raw tonight only has 2 matches announced so far. I just checked their Twitter and nothing else. I really hope they're not doing what they're doing before, where they just kind of figured shit out the hour before the show started.
That was last week when we were struggling. We had like 3 matches.
Yeah. First up, we got Becky Lynch taking on Nia Jax in a rematch. Nia attacked Becky last week, and then Becky attacked her during her match with Liv.
Yeah,
Liv.
So.
It was Liv. Yeah. And then after that, Liv got mad because it gave Nia the win. So now Liv is frustrated with Becky. They're both mad at Nia, and they both want Rhea. So I definitely see that fatal 4-way starting to kind of blossom.
That's why I said on that post last week, I was like, just let it play out, because the Royal Rumble winner, more often than not, I mean, as long as you're not the Royal Rumble winner, when you're the other title match, they put all the fuckery and shenanigans on the other title match. They will add as many people as they want to.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if that's what we end up getting, just that fatal 4-way for Rhea, and then just, which kind of sucks because I think Rhea and Becky would have been great on its own. Rhea and Nia had a great match. I finally saw that at the Chamber, and I don't know what people are upset about. That was a really fun match.
It's crazy that now we have 2 nights of WrestleMania, and we've now reached a point, even with 2 nights, that we are throwing people on the card because we got to get everybody on the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
WrestleMania gonna be Friday. It's gonna be starting on Friday.
8 matches per night, and then they do the SmackDown of WrestleMania SmackDown.
Right, that's gonna be WrestleMania. Then we're gonna put a break in for the Hall of Fame. We meet y'all back here for NXT WrestleMania. We ain't even gonna call it Stand and Deliver. This is gonna be called WrestleMania NXT. And then y'all just chill. We give y'all a snack. Y'all go over to Lincoln Financial Field for WrestleMania night 3.5 or whatever we want to call it. Because everybody got to be included now. We can't do battle royals. We got to do matches. Or we got to add people to matches, as long as you don't win the Royal Rumble.
And even then, shit, that still might happen.
Somebody might just become bored, get on the board of directors and just insert themselves into the match. The Rock could just be like, hey, I don't like you, so I'm adding this person in because he could do that. Apparently.
We'll see how. We got a lot to do before WrestleMania for sure. We have a lot to build to, so they better get on it tonight. But right now, Becky and Nia, which will be fine. I'm sure it's going to involve some kind of Liv or Rhea conflict.
Yeah, there will be some shenanigans in that. That is not ending clean.
No, and also people, are like, oh, I want Liv and Rhea for the belt. No, you don't. 1-on-1, no, you don't. You don't want that. It's gonna end the same way every other Rhea against this small person ended in the past year.
They want to see a Rey Mysterio match again. That's what they want to see.
Like when she beat up Zelina in Puerto Rico. I think it's same shit. She might get like a few moves in, but she's gonna get her ass whooped. That's gonna be the whole match. Not happening. The next match on the 2-match card is Jey Uso facing off against Drew McIntyre. Last week, Jey was interviewed backstage about his coming up short in several key moments of his career. Drew comes in and says, I saw what happened last week, and it's pretty tough. I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, you deserve that.
Drew is such an asshole.
He's such a dick. So they brawl. So that leads to the match tonight. Drew's on fire, man. Good God. He has a problem with everybody. Everyone. Right. He's talking shit to anybody he sees backstage. And I love it.
He's like the reality check. He's really the dose of reality. He just comes in and is like, yeah, I don't care. I'm bringing realism into this. No. I'm glad you lost. That's really all he's just bringing in realism. Like, yo, nah. I remember what y'all did to me last year. I still don't like y'all.
Bro literally said, I've been praying on your downfall. To like 3 different people. Oh God. That'd be a good one. I gotta set my lineup, for I don't even know why anymore. It really doesn't matter. But,
it's either NWO or DX that are going to win.
Yeah, we're back 200 points or 300 points. It's not. It wasn't our year, It hasn't been our year for the past 3 years. Maybe next year. I don't know. Not. But this one, we're kind of we're done. We're just kind of sitting back and watching the fireworks.
I mean, at this point, I'm like Dr. Strange over here because now that we're looking like we're going to have our champion of champions over here just wrestling on both nights, he's not going to be started. But then at the same time, I don't know what could possibly happen with Rock.
He could honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if Roman wins again. That
too. It's like just because The Rock is there, like The Rock is just a wild card. I don't know what could be happening. I don't know what's happening with Gunther. All of our champions are just question marks. Roman, I don't know what's happening. He fighting Cody. Gunther, but he fighting somebody. Rhea, she fighting Becky.
I was thinking about all that and man, you think, because I saw somebody's theory that every 10 years they do the good heart WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All the faces win the championships. I saw that too, Cookies. That is it. That is a sad fact. Go from one of the greatest probably might be the greatest match of the year to a lot of nonsense. Every 10 years, and I looked at it and yeah, that's kind of true. WrestleMania 20, we had Eddie and Benoit get their belt.
Right.
As much as obviously there's things about Benoit now, but back then, major big confetti and fireworks, and it was this nice heartwarming moment.
WrestleMania 30. Remember 30.
30's Daniel Bryan. Yeah, exactly. We got that. We did that. That was us. And 40. Here we are. We might see someone take it off Rhea or Gunther or Roman. Those are kind of the three that you would think would be taken off. But also, I can see all three of those people retaining and going on to SummerSlam.
Yeah, I could really see Rhea winning, because if they make this a multi-woman match, her chances of winning are going up regardless. Because it's just going to leave an opening for her to just hit her finisher, and that's it. Boom.
Yeah.
Gunther, probably the same way, because he's doing these face-offs with everyone, and everyone is trying to stake their claim at going after him. If he's in another multi-person match at WrestleMania, more than likely he's probably going to win, because honestly, the best person to beat him is Jey, and we know Jey ain't going to no WrestleMania for the IC title. We know he is fighting his brother. So
we're getting brother versus brother.
Right. That's
tale as old as time.
We're getting brother versus brother, and it's not Undertaker and Kane, and it's not Matt versus Jeff for once. We getting Jimmy versus Jey.
It'll actually be a good brother versus brother match. It may never had. Because that Jeff Matt match was god awful. That was terrible.
That was terrible. So we're going to get that. We're going to get Roman versus Cody versus whoever. We're going to get Io versus Bayley. Those are the three definite matches we're going to get. Everything else is one big question mark.
Yeah. We don't even know who Logan Paul is facing.
Yeah, we don't know who Logan Paul is. In Judgment Day, the way they were inferring on SmackDown, it sounds like I got excited. It sounds like we're going to end up having they're starting it finally. They're finally going to start that tag title split. You had New Catch Republic talking about they wanted to do something. They want another shot. They want to prove that they can win the tag titles. And Nick Aldis said he has to make an announcement next week. So maybe. But even then, Judgment Day got to do something. They got to do something on the card. They got to defend them, or something has to happen.
And then, is Priest going to cash in on Gunther? It's
like a choose your own adventure for Priest at this point.
It really is. It really is.
You want to be IC champ, or do you want to defend your tag titles at WrestleMania? Do you want to cash in on Seth whenever he is medically cleared, or do you want to cash in on Gunther? And then he flips to the end. You die.
Yeah.
Gunther chopped you. I didn't even select Gunther. It doesn't matter. He chopped you.
He chopped you. It's over. You're dead. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Raw gives us some direction tonight. We're praying for something. Because right now, I don't know what the hell we're doing. And
Yeah.
the Rock and Cody thing, it's starting to feel a little personal with the Rock.
Yeah, he's talking about
He
his
seems
dog.
personally pissed
A
off.
ass dog. Like, dang, why the dog gotta catch a stray? I like Pharaoh.
Damn, what the dog doing? Like, damn, man.
Fuck your story. Fuck your goofy ass dog.
And all he could say last
appreciate
week
the Rock.
was call Seth a clown over and over again. Like, all right, we get it. He's a clown. Please. All right, come on, let's move along.
Honestly, that's when that promo really got good. Like those extra 5 minutes he added on were the best part of the promo. All that other junk, it's like for the way I watched it, as soon as he started showing stuff that had footage, like recaps, fast forward, because I've already seen this. But when he started talking about Seth and he literally threatened saying, if you don't stay out of our business, remember, I am on the board of directors. I can make your title, that title around your waist, disappear. So keep playing with me, Seth. I was like, oh.
That's corporate Rock right there. That's corporate Rock
he has
right
a
there.
point right there.
Corporate Rock came out of him right there and just started spitting facts.
I was just like, oh, like that. Fantasy wise, I'm like, yes, please keep going at him, Seth. Please be stripped of your title just randomly. But yeah, like you said, it is starting to get a little personal. Rock is just trying to make sure that Rock knows how to hit those buttons. He knows how to piss people off. That man had folks chanting "Die Rocky, die,"
which they can't allow anymore. And also, somebody had a "Die Rocky, die" sign, and it ended in the show blacking out on the screen.
Oh yeah, it jacked up Fox's broadcast. All of us, we weren't even paying attention to the sign because we were looking at The Rock. So we're just wondering, why is our screen blinking?
I did like that. It was such a weird coincidence because that guy was like 4 rows back.
Right.
And then there was somebody in the front row that had a "The Rocky the" sign, which if you're a Simpsons fan is like, it's like Sideshow Bob was he was in court and like, don't you have a tattoo that says "Die Rocky die"? And he goes, oh, no, it says "Die Bart die," and he goes, no, it's German. It says "The Bart the." Well, what a coincidence that those two people will be at the same show, camera side, like facing the camera, right next. Like it very interesting coincidence.
And with the way technology is, you would think they would have some way of like putting a blur on it in real time or something, or just saying, cut the camera such and such so we can focus on The Rock instead of just let's make everybody think their TVs are broke.
They started doing the side angle where it was like,
I appreciated that instead of making me think I had something wrong with my TV. I'm like, all right,
I was already cussing out Spectrum as I do every week.
Yeah,
like Spectrum again. Spectrum, God,
Spectrum. We were blaming Fox. Everybody was like, "What is up with Fox doing this? Are they being haters? Yeah. What are they doing?"
If I was back home, I've been calling Comcast all pissed off, but no, it was nothing. It was just some guy had a sign that barely anybody saw, and they made it a big deal for no reason.
Right.
That's a good question. They have somebody there that like stops you from either coming in with a sign or when they see one that you shouldn't have, they take it from you. Like it wasn't that long ago that people were taking signs, getting their signs taken away from WWE shows. It happens all the time.
Right.
Where was that person?
The people that usually get away with it, the way they end up doing, I ain't gonna say how they do it, but I know how they do it. They end up just taping a blank piece of. They just put the sign backwards so it just looks blank on the back, and then once they finally get through, there's the vulgar sign as they untape it.
But I mean, we can't do "Die Rocky die." Like they were talking about that chant weeks ago when the whole like Mania kickoff Vegas thing happened.
Right.
They're like, yeah, years ago when Rocky started out, we had "Die Rocky die." Like, we can talk about it, but you can't show a sign. What's the whatever? Anyway, that'll be it for us today, folks. We'll be back tomorrow with next on deck. Should be a pretty good show. We're gonna see I believe we're getting a title match tomorrow. I just cannot remember
Yeah,
who
the Bookie Warriors are coming back.
That's
NXT.
right. That's right. It's the women's tag titles. That's probably not going to go well for Lyra and Tatum, but it should be a fun match anyway.
It is NXT Roadblock, and it will be it will definitely be fuckery. It will be March 5th, and it will be known as the day that Trick rose. Because Trick will be making his return. You got Mello versus Tony D'Angelo. The winner faces Ilya Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. So, ding, ding, ding.
Showing up to whoop Mello's ass.
Yeah, so whoop that Trick. And Booker T came back last week. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shucky ducky. We're cooking now, for sure. Folks, you can follow us at facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod and twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod. You can also find us at our links. Also, Linktree/UnderTheRingPod. You can catch me at GregBushSK. I'll be posting my articles there. Anytime I do any live coverage, you'll also find my links there or on the UTR Facebook page. We got Kenny at RockRibs44. We got the Teacher Man at Mr. Fresh Beard, Mike Jones. We got Maddie, my forever rival, at Del Right Answer. We've got the Street Team Captain at Borea Maliente. We got Tito also in the chat. And last but not least, our good friend and local news correspondent, Justin D. Baxley. Folks, we will see you tomorrow. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully Monday didn't suck too much for y'all today.
Right.
And Monday blues out the way. Have a great night. Find something fun to watch, but it's not Raw. Just relax. It's all gonna be all right.
Cut out Frank Thomas. And Don Imus.
And Don Imus. Never forget Don Imus.